het wel goed aan?
Okay. Get my screen. A second. Setting everything up. So first of all, today it's Friday. Second of all is we have some people speaking today. Good morning or good afternoon, or yeah, depends where you live, of course. So we took previous day low, we came up a bit, and now it depends on how market open actually will push. Do we get that push to previous day high? Yes or no? We will see. It does look like it wants a little bit more upside. We did just have a 30-minute sweep of liquidity, but we do have a few for value gaps just below. So if we tap one of these and we take that trend line by sell side liquidity and then get that move up to that buy side liquidity right here, that would actually be a nice decent play.
Is het wel niet op YouTube?
I should be online live. So we got about 10 minutes, I believe. I have. What hour did he speak? Was it 3:30 or was it 4 o'clock? 2:30 we had news. Did this do something? Not really. At 3 o'clock he speaks, so he is already speaking. And at 4 o'clock we have somebody else also of the Fed speaking. But when Trump makes an announcement at 6 o'clock, that should be fun. If you are still online, I could just see how the market can react to his voice. That's actually just amazing to see sometimes. So the morning we took a short down. We actually got stopped around this area here, and actually immediately we got a V shape off of that and took that also buy side liquidity. So after taking previous day low, I actually wanted to see if we could fall even further down right to here. We did not, and now we actually just had immediately change in delivery. So here we had a shock and then push up. If the market does the same again like yesterday and does not show us anything by just going up and down, I prefer not to touch it. If I get a nice movement and we see actually that we want to take out this buy side liquidity right here, that would be actually great to see. You got London session just above us. So Asia's already been taken on both sides, so there's only London now. Previous 4 hour does look like a bit bullish, but I would have preferred that actually closed a bit higher. That would have been nice. For the rest, just let's be patient and see what the market gives us. I hope you're all doing fine for a Friday afternoon or Friday morning, and at least have some fun with it while we're at it. Zeker de mensen dat kennen die dat lezen. Als ik dat alles ken, dus iedereen die toch hier gedaan heeft, weet zeker wel uit wat dat. Misschien even met een mic stil doen. Let's not trade again this afternoon. Morning, Dev. I believe you took this long up. No, you only trade NY session, so you just saw it. Correct. Yeah, I thought so. It's bank holiday on Monday in the UK? Oh, funny. Yeah, but Nasdaq is always online, right? If I'm correct, it doesn't matter if bank holiday is in buy for Nasdaq, right? Because it's American companies and actually not something to do with London. Well, we will see Monday morning if there's a stream, yes or no. Whole beer here.
Ik dacht dat ik er ook jazz had op staan. Oh, ja.
So 3 minutes still open. So we'll be going sideways for a few hours now. We can see it right here, actually. So from around 10:15, 10:45 this morning for me until now, we haven't moved anything. So there will be a liquidity sweep on both sides, I believe, before we actually get that move. Yeah, I know. I have no idea if there will be volume on Nasdaq on Monday. We will see. Moment. And Powell and Trip, yeah, I know. I hate fat speaking. Not my thing. And if Trump opens his mouth, that's even more movement. The funny thing is, people just get don't have faith in what he says, so then they actually do some strange things. The market corrects itself very fast, but it does some nice movements in between. I won't be online anyway, so when he gets on, I'm already in weekend modus at that point. Oh yeah, weekend modus. Actually not. I'm making the lessons for next week, so. So here's open. Here comes that sweep already. Immediately dump. I will take out this low too. That's actually 1 hour for value gap that we're inside now. So if we have a fast reaction off of this, that could actually mean that we go higher. So this is that for value gap that we're trading into right now. Oh, that was a strong candle. So one side of liquidity has already been taken, so that gives us one more option. If the market now decides to continue higher, this should actually be the area where we get that off. Dat was eigenlijk mijn model. Dat ik heb geschreven.
Ik heb hem opgeschreven. Dan moet je hem direct op toepassen. Ai. Dat is voor aan te leren. Terug.
Dat was op de tab.
Ja, moet je ook niet chasen, hè, maar ik bedoel gewoon als je het aanleert.
So this could mean that we actually have a bullish reaction right here. Let's see how this plays out. So we came into a 15-minute and hourly for value gap right here. We actually changed already structure here, so we actually have now that continuation. If the market wants to decide to go higher, that should be right here. So 5 minutes on open, a decent grab of sell side liquidity. So now
Oh, dat was die fles zeker. Tak. Dat is het plopje dat we moeten horen hè, als we gaan tomatensaus.
Ah ja. Want dat zal wel druk achter zijn van de testen. So everybody sees what I see at this point when I say we actually that there is possibility that we will go up from here. Yes, looks stronger, so yes, does want to go higher. I believe NY will follow. We actually came beautifully enough for value gap and then a continuation further. Oh yeah, sorry guys. So that was actually London's high taken. Wat was het? Eigenlijk was het van hier, een stap. En dan eigenlijk previous high, eigenlijk was die high dat was nemen. Maar dat was 1 R, van waar ik eigenlijk zo moet genomen ben eigenlijk perfect. Now actually happened exactly what I just predicted 5 minutes ago, that we were going to take both sides liquidity, and it actually happened straight on open. We took the highs and we took the lows. And that less than 15 minutes, so let's hope we do get some direction after this. The hourly looks very bullish. It actually looks like it wants to go all the way back to previous New York high. Right here. Or maybe even these highs. Let's see if we get about 5 minutes, we will get our warp range. This was actually a beautiful continuation play. So anybody that actually was in this trade from this morning, right, say that you actually did a 50-minute chase and delivery and then actually took this trade up, this would actually be a huge adding spot right here where we just touched. So this is actually warp range. This was those 15 minutes stacked up on each other. That was actually hugely nice tap. 50% of their range, immediate target, next high, so that would be this one. So say even that you just got on the tap, well, that's a nice play. So this would be the adding spot then. And this will probably go that high. Does look like it today. This is actually what I want to see yesterday. This high get tapped. Especially after these volume moves. We did get those lower for value gaps right here that we did take. And then I wanted to see actually from off here. I want to see that bounce off. So we did not get that tap before. We did have it here. We did go actually all the way down to all of them out. And then now we actually have that movement to those highs. So you can see sometimes we can read the market, how it wants to react, but it can always take a day longer before it actually does what it wants to do. So remember, if it's a news day, maybe we keep our hands off if we see it immediately go up and down. You guys can help me remember. I got a clear hit with everything in it, but sometimes it's too much inside. So anybody can remember me, help me remember, I would be much appreciated. If we have a full chopped day, then we don't take a trade immediately. Zullen we even snel? Dat was eigenlijk hetgeen wat ik bedoelde met die, dat is hetgeen wat ik kan doen. Nee, dan gaan we wel. Maar dat is nu hetgeen wat ik wil doen. Volledig.
Waar ben je uit dan? Dus daar ben je uit.
Ja.
Nu moet je inprinten.
So that is a decent range. $118 points. And we're very close by. Because this would be actually my target. I'm actually looking now if we have another target set of those. Yeah, if we get here, we will need to see what happens. So if warp wants to take along from here, that's a very short distance. If we get up this high and we take out that buy side liquidity, I actually want to see what happens. So same like this morning, once we got under that 1 minute for value gap, we trail stop this down. Actually by the 1 minute to see if we didn't have a quick reaction back up, and actually we did. So I will do the same once we get to that high and then trail up with 5 minutes, because we're trading ARP and the afternoon session is actually a little bit more volatile than the morning session. Actually a lot more volatile. So in 50 seconds we will have a range. This does look very bullish actually. So you all can see the structure, right? What I was talking about, like the movement that we had right here. In 15 minutes we had actually beautiful tests, and immediately push off of this. This actually shows us that the market wants to take different side of liquidity, so actually continue. This was actually the same what I wanted to see here. Once we tapped here, then the continuation immediately, so disregard value gaps. It doesn't always happen immediately, but we do see once we get into those footprints that we actually see a push, a strong push the other side. Same here. This is actually continuation. So that's the same place where we add to our trades. Instead of a 5 minutes, that was a 15. So that's an immediately push up higher. This is very close to that range already. Yeah, if you took profit this morning, I would leave this alone. For 1 hour, we need to get at least to 23,400. Is that an area? I'll take a look if this is even worth trading. If it's in your plan that you have to take all orbs, then you have to take it, of course. Once in breach, stops would be, I would say, 50% of the range. All the way down, that's 100 and was it 118 point? Yeah. Yeah, under that 5 minutes wick, I would put it right here, the stop. That would be 23,265. We did not close yet, so we still have 2 more minutes. That would stops. Kan je het chat zien, sexy?
Ik heb hem al gekeken.
Was er niks? Oké. So this was actually a sweep for inside liquidity and then a continuation. Yeah, that was actually the play. If you only can take it up to 23,369 or 370, like here, this is not even worth trying. If you can take it up higher to that 400 number, that's 1.3 hours, so that's still doable. The market does look like it wants to. It indicates that it wants to go higher. That's 40 seconds until that close. I do not want to go too high anyways. That was that close right here. So that would be 1.3R available to take all the way up to here. If your stop do not allow it, we cannot take it. So that's a 66 point stop. So that would mean that you have to $120 per contract. I don't want to put it right here on this one because I feel like it still wants to come down to that part. We'll definitely take that high first and then see. I do want to see that continuation immediately after that. So Orb Trader should take this actually.
Put it on your screen.
So just to make the habit actually to take the orbs when they present. If I was still trading orb, I would definitely take this. That was actually okay play. I've seen a 100 point move up for orb, so not really any big news except of Fed speaking, but yeah. It doesn't show actually that's a red folder at all, so they can volatile something, but at 4 o'clock he speaks again, so there's a possibility he gives a push to the market. And if the market does push us nicely up, we actually maybe can get some addings position on this one, and it's definitely doable. If I get a signal that we can actually move stops up higher, I will definitely tell immediately. Now we can actually add a bit to that position. So if markets actually want to change hand, they actually do it rather quickly and they don't stall markets. So you will see when we have taken liquidity when it's needed, we actually immediately get our push. If we got stallings, so if it stalls, normally we continue a movement. So this is actually a good sign. Otherwise you get actually a stronger shape off of it. We still got a 5 minute right here, so like I said, this is why we put our stop here at this point. Best position was actually here because of this 5 minute insight for value gap. If this comes strong down, and you're in with multiple contracts, next 5 minutes. Now this is 5 minutes before Paul speaks. I do not believe his first word that comes out of his mouth that he will shake up the market immediately, but okay. How good did you all keep you to your plan this week? Hope most of you are getting there to actually keep it to your own plan and actions that you should take. I would prefer to see these next 3 minutes push this candle back up actually. So here's that tap. Another 5 minute for value gap right here. So I do want to see now that immediately push back up.
Oh, die kleinste, die ga ik graag.
Well, this I actually don't like, so that will be, yeah, that gonna be a stop. That's way too strong. Yeah, I could not take anything off because we're actually inside that FEG spot, so yeah, that was a stop. Yeah, that can happen. That's second time in a row. 2 days, New York just decides to do nothing, just chopped. This is actually, look at this. We come completely up, beautiful play, and then actually fully back to where we started. I will not touch this again if it keeps doing like this. Now we see the same action like yesterday. We started the same. We waited, nice breach, we had a continuation, and then actually we started chopping around for the whole day. Yes, after taking liquidity up, and actually not the upside yet. Oh yeah. He has to take it already. Yes, again. More clear play. Ga je dat nog? Waarom?
Omdat er een 100 in een plan staat. Beetje wat duur.
Doe. So that was Paul speaking, and now it gets to TP. Yes, thank you very much. Look, this was actually no luck. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we could have prevented it. Yeah, okay. This can happen, guys. There's nothing. We all did very correctly. Move was correctly done. Everything what we could have done. The only thing we could have prevented is because there was still a value gap in here. That our stop could have been put under this wick. That was the only thing actually where we could have changed on that one. Jeez, what a move up immediately. Yeah, that was no luck. I believe that was the move of the day. Yeah, probably all my targets actually hit right now. Yeah, this would have been my last target actually. A 4 hour for belly gap. So any of the orb traders actually put their stop under that for value gap. So there was one for value gap right here. Did anybody put this stop actually under the wick itself? If you did, congratulations, man. That was this was a very quick play. So the idea was correct.
Weet ik wel niet, dan moet lopen.
Dan pak je dat wel. En dat trek je dan van dat af. Ja, van dat. Dus iets trekken van elkaar af.
Dat minder.
Ja. Dat toch deel even. Yeah, indeed, that was an insane candle. All markets are up to. Look at this. Instantly. Look at this. That's Bitcoin, guys. This is actually a move of what? 1.5%. Instantly. That's a 3.6% move up. Yeah. Now these people actually, if they speak, like I said, if they open their mouth, they actually do move the market. And this was actually exactly when he started speaking, so you can imagine how actually this was manipulated already.
You never know. Maar omgekeerd niet doen, dus ik heb je opgeteld dan wel.
Does this suck the 4H back to bullish? So we got the high. Yeah, if we go above that high, yeah. If we now create a low somewhere around our orb and then continue higher, yes, we did. So we got two options. First of all, this one needs to go above the high here to be full change of structure. And then if the market decides first to make a low and then go over that, that's okay too. So it's now above first structure, so this was actually the previous high to make a low, so this would actually be that change. And then here we should form a low somewhere above actually this area. So if we form a low above that one and then continue, yeah, we did. So that means that we're back bullish. The daily never broke structure, so in daily we were still bullish. So once we got on the hit, so this was actually the last low, so that was the high, the low, then the high. So if we do create a low right here, that was perfectly possible. So that means that the next structure would be back up to that high, something like I draw here.
De top is daar, moet je dan delen? Niet plus daar?
Dan ben daar zit.
Hij is ook plus.
Het plus zit? Oh, ja. Dat is mijn. Had al heel de 200.
Wat is dit allemaal bevroren?
Zwaar bevroren al, ja.
So speel je dan?
Yeah, probably won't find another entry, guys. So that will be it for my Friday. Yeah, that was actually the proof. So if we could come back all the way down here and then continue, yeah, then we should have got another entry. But yeah, that was the play. See, this actually happens a lot. So anybody that's seen or play for move above 100 points, so actually or play today, how many points was this again? 118 points, I believe. Yeah, look, after that breach it actually done another like 190 points extra. So once we see an orb breach from around 100 points in NY session and we have a continuation after a sweep, it actually means that we will have that continuation. Looks like the market's not done yet. So they decided to put their money in today instead of Monday, if the banks are closed. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and chasing this, guys, so I'm gonna call it a day. It's Friday. If you did not make a profit, yeah, it can happen. If we have a big return somewhere in this gap, we could have a continuation of it. Stop should be at that low, but this already is actually a whole day from today actually was a 500 point move. So this is actually quite a big move today.
Zou jullie countrymuziek? Zou jullie countrymuziek liefde?
Zat er niet zo in mijn hoofd op? Dat weet ik niet.
Wat lucky.
Yeah, too bad for the orb traders today. I would have been in it the same. I would actually have put my stuff there too, so that would have been also my. Okay, I wish you all a very good weekend. We all see you back on Mondays, of course. Open or not the market, we will see when we are here together. Monday mornings, anyways. Wish you all a good weekend. And see you back on Mondays, of course.